now. So, okay, cool. So I'm really excited about the personal development video I wanted to share with you. I've been reading The Miracle Morning. And so this is like a little 10-minute intro, and it's like super motivational. Are you okay to do 10 minutes of this? That's what it said, but I wasn't sure if we did all that last time. Okay. Here we go.
So I'm going to start with a quote, and this is a quote from, I don't know if you've heard of her, Oprah, anyway. The biggest adventure you can ever take is to live the life of your dreams. And I'll tell you, I think that if that wasn't said by Oprah, it would be considered cliche. Anybody else that said that, if you go talk to people about living the life of their dreams, you talk to people about, hey, what are your dreams? Let's go after our dreams. They'll roll their eyes at you, right? And go, life of my dreams, I'm just trying to pay the bills. I'm just trying to survive. People are really skeptical about it. They don't even buy into it. But I think one of the most important things that we can do is to never stop dreaming. That's the place that greatness starts, is people that are willing to imagine, if I could do anything, what would I do? Right? And that's where it starts. It starts with dreaming. And for me, I try to dream every day, whether it's through journaling or reading my affirmations or just daydreaming or imagining what's possible for me, or conversations with my friends, with my peers, asking them, what are your dreams? I always ask people that question. It doesn't matter if I'm in an airport. What are your dreams? And they're usually taken aback. Most people, they haven't thought about it in so long, they got to go, gosh, and they're remembering back to the last time they actually were even present to what was possible for them or what they really wanted, because they've gotten so focused on the grind. And so I'm here to say that the life of your dreams, whatever that looks like for you, that you start tapping into them on a daily basis. And I also want to say that the life of your dreams, I'm not talking about some imaginary life like, oh yeah, I want to be a famous actor. No, that's not realistic, or that you can't do that. But what I'm talking about when I say the life of your dreams, I'm talking about not sometime in the future, but right now. Right now. If you could wave a magic wand that took your current life situation, it didn't move you to a different state or different country. It didn't even change your occupation. It just went, what do I need? How do I need to start thinking about my life and living? What do I need to start doing in a way that my current life becomes the life of my dreams in this moment? And you might have bigger dreams and greater dreams and future dreams that still exist, but I'm all about waking up every day and making that day the day that I live the life of my dreams. So that's a distinction that hopefully you realize, wow, yeah, it's not that far off. Like, how can I make today the life of my dreams, right? How do I make today a level 10 out of 10? Another quote I want to share, and this is a wake-up call for me. It's from Robin Sharma, New York Times bestselling author. He said, the saddest thing in life is to wake up one day and realize that you could have been, done, and had so much more. And when I first thought about that quote, and when I first heard it, I imagined going through life, your entire life, and then waking up one day when you're, 50 or 60 or 70, and looking back and going, man, I could have been, done, and had so much more. And I thought, you know what? That doesn't create necessarily as much of a sense of urgency for us to make changes. So I realized that it's not about waking up one day far in the future, knowing that you could have been, done, and had so much more. It's about every day waking up and looking at yesterday. Or at the end of the day, looking at today and going, I could have been, done, and had so much more. So again, this message, the Miracle Morning, my message is really about how do you maximize every day? How do you win every day? Because if you want to have an extraordinary life, whatever your goals and dreams are for the future, those are only created, those are only achieved, those are only attained one day at a time. And most of us live with that mindset like there's a lack of urgency, where it's the someday mindset, like, I've always got tomorrow, There's always next week. There's always next month. This year sucked. I'll do better next year. It sucked again. I'll do better next, right? And we live with this mindset like there's always tomorrow. And I think that's arguably the number one cause of mediocrity in our lives, of unfulfilled potential, is that we never decide that now is the most important time in our life. That today is the single most important time in our life, because every day we live, the only thing that's real is that day. The future doesn't exist yet, and the past is gone. It's that day. It's today. Making sure you win every day. And here's the argument, if you will. I don't know if I call it an argument, but the case that I'm going to make over the next 45 minutes is that if you want to take your life to the next level, physically, mentally, financially, emotionally, relationally, in any area of your life, if you want to go to the next level, if you want to achieve your full potential, my case is that the single most determining factor, the single most important thing that you can do is to improve how you start your day. Because if an extraordinary life is created by stringing together extraordinary days, well, every day starts with what? The morning. How do you start your morning? And if you have an unfocused, unproductive, lethargic morning, one where you procrastinate by hitting the snooze button, right? Tell the universe that, no, I don't really want to wake up and create an amazing life as much as I want to lay here for 9 more minutes unconscious, right? If that's how you start the day, then an unfocused, unproductive morning tends to lead to an unfocused, unproductive life. But on the other hand, if you nail that first hour, if you have a focused, peaceful, productive, dream-filled, goal-oriented, empowering, exciting, energizing morning, it's hard to not win the day. And on those rare occasions that circumstances outside your control beat you down, the beauty of it is you don't go to bed going, oh my God, it was a horrible day and I got to wake up and face my problems again. The beauty of having a powerful morning practice, a morning ritual, a miracle morning, if you will, is the idea that every night when you go to bed, you're not waking up to your problems. You're waking up to that precious, that you time, that me time, that golden hour where you get to do whatever you want. You get to become a better version of yourself than you were the day before. So you're more equipped to take on those challenges and problems that you have in your life. And we all have them, right? Raise your hand. Anybody not have any problems or challenges? Okay. Joe, your life is it's peachy. So your wife's sitting right here, so you can't, I'll ask her, I'll quiz her. So ultimately, if you nail that first hour, you nail your life. And guess what? Here's the thing. I'm not the first one to say this. If you do research, you go to Google and you Google successful people that wake up early, guess what you'll find? A lot of articles about this, right? And if you go study some of the greatest teachers, Robin Sharma, who he's one of the best. If you don't know who he is, by the way, he's from Canada, one of the best-selling authors of all time. He's sold millions of copies of books all over the world. In fact, the U.S. is where he's the least. He's a New York Times best-selling author here, but this is like the smallest market. He's sold books everywhere. So Robin Sharma, every year, he always does kind of like a best year, how to have your best year ever video series. It's usually like 5 to 7 videos. And here's the thing. One of those videos is always about what? Your morning routine. Always about your morning routine. But guess what? Most people, they watch that video, right? And they go, okay, I watched the series. I saw all 7 videos. I'm not a morning person. So which one do you think they're going to ignore and focus on the others? You follow? Right? Yeah, they're going to go, well, I hate waking up early. I'm not a morning person. Tony Robbins, same thing. Talked about his hour of power. Talked about waking up early. But again, it's always mixed in with all these other lessons. And what I realized, I thought, when I started doing this, you guys are going to hear the whole story here in a minute. But I realized this isn't just one of 7 things that can change your life. This is the most important thing. And that's what it was for me. The most important thing that you can do, because it's the only thing that sets up the context and the mindset for the rest of your day. So here's my question for you. Why did you wake up this morning? I want you to think about that for a second. Did you wake up for the same reason that most people wake up? They waited until they had to wake up because they had to be somewhere, do something, answer to, or take care of someone else. That's why most of us wake up, right? We go, I have to be at work at blank, therefore I have to get up at blank to make it on time. I'm going to set the alarm clock three snoozes earlier, right? So that I can procrastinate at least 3 times, start the day with that energy, right? Really, I'm going to conquer my life energy by laying here unconscious instead of doing something amazing. And so that's why most people wake up. And here's what I realized. If you think about the energy that you put out into the universe when you do that, right? It's like, I believe that when the alarm clock goes off in the morning, or when your eyes open up in the morning, that's life's first gift to you. It's its first opportunity that goes, hey, how do you want to live? What kind of life do you really want to live? You have all this morning, you can wake up, do anything you want with your life. What do you want to do? And to send that message that goes, I'd rather do nothing. I know I can become extraordinary. I'd rather do nothing. And I think that the morning, if you think about it, it's really a time to make yourself strong. Like if you make yourself strong in the morning, mentally, intellectually, physically, and emotionally, right, then you are that much stronger to make sure that you do win the day.
Okay, so go back to us. So that's from the Miracle Morning, and I am happy to share that link if you want. He goes on to tell his story in this horrible accident that he was in and how he climbed out of it and then, turned this, found this stuff. So anyway, sorry, hang on, let me exit out of that so I can get back to my stuff. Okay, so the next thing that we are going to do, hi Chelsea and Becky, by the way. Next thing we're going to do for 5 minutes is to check your back office. So check on your downline if you have a team. If not, check on your orders if you have any auto customers, breaking news, rank, and all that. And I will set the timer for 5 minutes right now. Ready, set, go. Okay, time is up. Next thing is make 3 friend requests and reach out messages. So 2 to 5 friend requests and reach out to 2 to 5 of your friends reconnecting for 5 minutes. That sounds confusing, but I think it's just add 3 friends and message 3 to 5 people. And you have 5 minutes. Okay, time is up on that one. The next one is to plan your posts for 10 minutes. So your posts for this next week, I would suggest, or, you know, as far as you can get for the next 10 minutes. And if you need any guidance, I'm just pulling out my calendar. So I'm like looking at what the next thing is, you know, coming up for next week, and then planning posts around those things. I forgot to set my timer. You guys need a couple more minutes? Okay. Okay, time's up. Next one is to invite 5 people to your challenge group for 10 minutes. I see your face, Becca. This is where I would go back to like my maybes or people that I've talked to that haven't committed yet. And then just, I always shoot for the next Monday and say my next group is starting next Monday. And I'd love to have you.
You said you choose people you already have talked to? Okay.
Yeah, people that have been in my free groups before, people who have reached out to me for some help or guidance, but haven't committed yet. In the other messages of following up, that's when I'm creating closer relationships with the people who aren't in my free group or my free support group yet. Hey Molly, how you doing? So we're all just muted right now. We're working on inviting 5 people or however many people to your next challenge group. So we've got our Rocktober starting Monday, which we need to start advertising for. But so reach out to your maybes and the people you've already formed relationships with to join that group. Okay, time is up. Next thing we're going to do for 5 minutes is to invite to a coach opportunity. So if you don't have anything planned yet, get a date figured out where you want to do a What is Coaching live video or group or webinar or something, and start inviting people to that.
So I'm doing one on Thursday. Are you guys wanting in? Are you doing it? You're muted.
How are you what are you doing?
I think like last time, just a 1 hour.
A 1 hour
I
Zoom?
could do it at I mean, we could do like an all day one. Yeah, it'd have to be. My schedule's crazy on Thursday and I'm available after 7:30 Pacific.
Okay. Okay. I have a hard time committing to Thursday nights.
That's
I could
fine.
send people over, or we could do a group and I could help post during the day and then end with an evening one video.
Yeah, we could do an all day. I've never done.
I can post and probably go live or whatever a few times, but I probably won't be able to do it at 9:30.
Do you guys want to just do kind of an all day one and then have us all go live at different parts of the day?
Yeah, I'd be really interested in that.
Because I have one of my other friends, she wants to do it too. Then I can see if anybody else. But I can probably like wrap it up, I guess, at night.
Yeah, that would be great. Yeah, do you want to create a group or event?
You like the group, huh?
I do. I prefer group to event, but
Well, I think a group is fine. I don't see, I mean, we can create an event to invite people, or we can just personally message and add them into the group.
okay, so why don't you do a group and then we could all do our own events if we want to do an event to invite to the group.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds good. And then we can figure out who wants to talk about what, or we could all just kind of tell our own story and go live whenever it's convenient on Thursday. We could just call it a 24-hour event or a 12-hour event or something. I don't know. I guess it would be 12, like
12-hour.
Yeah.
Come up with some creative name. A little tip you could do is with the so I'll create the group and then you'll have the URL for the group. You can take that into tinyURL and then create your own, like, What is Coaching with Kirsty or whatever. And then like in your post about it, like if you post, you can be like, if you're interested, just click this to join.
Okay.
So that's one thing you can do.
Okay.
You can do that.
Cool.
Okay, so 12-hour. I'll create a group for it.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, we have 2 minutes left. All right, time is up. Next thing we're going to do for 10 minutes is to check in with your challengers and follow up on any messages you have, notifications from your posts, and emails. Okay, time is up. Next thing to do for 5 minutes is to check in with your team. So check in with your coaches, check into our team page, and just make sure that you're up to date on everything. If you don't have your own coaches, then comment and welcome in our new coaches and get to know them, and just make sure that you are up to date on everything team-wide. Okay, time is up on that. And the last thing we're going to do for 5 minutes is to fill out your tracking sheet, whatever you're using, either the Power of Threes worksheet or your BAT, Business Activity Tracker. Just take 5 minutes and write down everyone that you talked to and the action items that you did today. Okay, time is up. That was super, super productive for me. I hope it was for you guys too. Does anyone have any questions? Or want to say something specific that you did differently? Or I don't know, maybe you have questions about any part of the Power Hour?
It was awesome for the last 20 minutes.
Glad you got to join at the end. I'm going to post a list of like everything that was scheduled that we did today, just so that you guys can run it with your own teams if you want, or if you missed the beginning, you can just power through the, that beginning part.
Sweet, and it has times on there.
Yeah. Yeah, how much time to do for each one. Oh, and I'm going to post the link of what video I posted this morning that we listened to for 10 minutes. It was Hal Elrod, one of the videos that he did, just kind of introducing the Miracle Morning, but I liked how pump up it was.
Cool.
All right, guys.
Where do you check your elite points again?
You go to qualifications. Let me pull it up and see exactly what it's called.
Okay, yeah, my elite.
I think it's my business, my qualifications, and then my elite and premier qualifications.
Okay.
Is it? And I know they update it like the second Friday of every month or something like that. Yeah, the second Friday of every month around 6 a.m.
Okay.
So that is like this one to the 14th. So this Friday you'll get a more updated version.
Okay. All right. Well,
All right. Cool. You guys are awesome and beautiful. Glad you got on. All right. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.